how it works, who does what you do. Well, sign up restaurants, of course. Establish and maintain the restaurant relationship. Again, that can be merchants as well. We use restaurants quite often, but any merchants, any service businesses, establish and maintain that. That's of course your job. You got to execute some basic promotions within your territory. We go over that in the sales training, and as well as the sales training videos. There's much more detail. We've had licensees that have great partnerships. Everything from hotels where they're leaving flyers inside each room of the hotel, and they have a partnership with that hotel. They have their domain on there. In the case of Orders In, they have featured restaurants, which they're charging the restaurants to be featured on that flyer. Restaurants love it because it's a great way to get their foot in with all these traveling uh, guests that are part of the hotel system. So it's a really great way. Another thing that we see a lot in terms of partnerships are partnerships with printing companies, local printing companies. Just about any company locally that services businesses makes a great partnership, and they'd love to have you on board as well. It's a great place to start as far as partnerships are concerned. And aside from that, then there's the electronic way of promoting: Google AdWords, Facebook, great ways, and then obviously anything you do locally as well, from putting up signs to if you hire sales reps. We have a lot of licensees that do use sales reps, and just give them the setup fee, and that's a great salary that they can get. Give them the setup fee, and of course you get the reoccurring monthly income, and then they do all the legwork for you, and really establish that face-to-face relationship and what your services do. So those are just some of the tips that you can do, and we go into a lot more of that in the sales training and best practices that we do. And the last point: enjoy worry-free maintenance and recurring revenue. Um, the fact is that once a menu or once a site is already set up for a merchant, there's not much you do there. When you give them the keys, the login and password, other than some questions here and there when they start, there's not much more. After that, you're pretty much just focusing on building your business. So it's a great way to either have a passive income or have that be your prime income. So what do we do? We provide around-the-clock technology support. Our developers are always online. Our support's there for you, and we're constantly monitoring our system to make sure that everything's in running order. We support you with marketing and sales training best practices. We do one-on-one sales training and best practices, one-on-one technical walkthroughs. So we're really here to support you. We're really they're your technical and technology backend. Anytime you have questions or whatever it may be, or the merchant has questions, feel free to ask us. We're here to help. We support you with that ongoing technical training, and we're constantly updating and we're managing technology as well. We're making updates. We're trying to improve things as well. And the great thing about Orders In as a company, we're really looking for quality licensees. We're looking for licensees that are in it for the long haul, that are trying to build an actual business, and we do a lot of customization. We're working with a couple of companies around the United States, everything from delivery companies that handle hundreds of delivery sites to web design companies that offer online ordering as well as part of their portfolio. And we're always customizing our platform to meet them. And again, when you do a customization, that's only for your platform. And our developers are always doing that as well. So you're not just linked into something like that, and you're always going to have someone to talk to in case you need to do some updates or customization or have questions.